Bally Future Spa. And the game, what happens is sometimes it turns on, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it turns on and it locks up. So I'm using my meter here and I'm checking voltages, and I just go up here to the test points on the solenoid driver board, and I get not quite as high as I would like. Oh, that's not bad, 499. But then down here at TP3, look at that, that's 4.7. So we've got to do some upgrades there. Also up here on the input voltage, I'm only getting 11 volts on the input voltage. It should be higher. So I suspect that there's problems on the rectifier board here with the Molex pins. So I'm going to update those with some new Trifurcon connector pins, and I'm going to do some modifications to this board too. So I need to repin this, but man, did they do a sloppy job. Look at that. Strip the insulator way back too far. This is not proper pinning. That's better. See how the insulation is actually grabbing into the top of the pins like it should be, not sticking out bare wires out of the top of the housing. We've got new Trifurcons in there. Solenoid driver board. 12 volt filter cap. Tie the negative lead back to master ground, and also tie two test points, the two 5 volt test points together on the back side of the board. So what this does is it ties this guy right here, which is TP1 and TP3 together. That's always a good idea. And then I'll modify this fuse clip so I can put either this size fuse or the larger AG3 style fuse in. Problem in the high voltage section, look, that resistor's completely burned up. I did my fuse modification, but I think I have some more work to do here first before I reinstall the board. Test some transistors. This is the big one with the heatsink. Look, it's a dead short. That's always a bad thing. And then you can test the little ones too. Oh, look, that little one's good, the little metal cased ones. Do it over here. So it's amazing that those two would be good. This big one here for sure is shorted. Resistor and that guy smoked. The way you test these high voltage transistors is red lead, or meter on diode, red lead on the base, and it's conveniently marked. And then the black lead on the collector, and you can get between 0.4 and 0.6 on your meter. And they're all the same. I mean, they test all the same. You can see now we're all good after I replaced that transistor and that burned up resistor. Got all the parts installed, the board in, and look, I changed the 5 volt or 5/12 volt filter cap. But, you know, just kind of looking around, I was looking at the score displays because, you know, why is the score display circuit, which is this high voltage circuit in here, why does that go out? Usually there's a reason. Well, looky here on the score display. I just started pulling them out and looking at them. You know, I usually like to check for cracked solder joints, but look at the bottom of this thing. Oh my God. So I would say this is what was causing our problem. Wow. I'd say that there was a bit of a problem with this board. So probably don't want to put this one back in. Let's try power on. Watch the MPU LED flicker, and then seven flashes, hopefully. Looks good. And we have score displays, obviously, except for the one that I didn't put in that's burned up. And let's check our high voltage here. Put our meter on 200 volts, and then go up here and touch it on there, and we have, oh, DC, sorry, put it on DC, that always helps. And we have 182 volts, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want to see it, and that's just with me up here on the high voltage circuit. So I think we're good. As far as the game, I just need to probably get them a different score display. I'd say. This is the most obnoxious game I've ever played in my life. It's like the red alert cue there. Oh man, I hate that when you lose the ball there too.